was really in love with the rear link cameras, so I said, hey, why not add one more?
Yeah.
I was like, you can do pretty cool things with this NVR now. And so I was like, I'm going to automate my garage door. So I saw the Rat GDO, as many have. And I was like, this is pretty cool. I'm going to liberate my MyQ garage door that sucks, and I have to use a special app and everything. Yep. So at first I was like, all right, what are the stages here? Like, the first thing I want to do is automatic shutting of the garage door. And I threw up the camera in the corner. I tried to get the most wide angle perspective. We have 2 cars in the garage. And I was like, all right, how am I going to do this? Like, how good is it at detecting it? Well, it turns out not that great at like live detecting stationary cars that aren't moving and like trying to like judge based on that. I need like hard states, right? Like it'll only switch when it's really obvious it's changed. So for a long time, I was like, okay, if the garage door is open, and it's always going up and down, like present, not present, not present, present. So if the garage door is open and it's going between one of those 2 states, take a picture, send it to ChatGPT with like, I think it was LLM Vision, and then get a structured response back saying, hey, is like the Civic on the left side of the garage in or out of the garage? If it's out of the garage and the person has crossed the, what is that? The detector at the garage.
Oh, yeah, they've got like an infrared beam at the end. So.
Yeah.
Oh, the laser. Yeah.
Yep. So Rat GDO can see that, yeah. And I'm like, okay, if the car is left and it's also tripped that wire, clearly a car has left, shut the door. And that actually works surprisingly good, but, LLMs can hallucinate, and some states are a little fuzzy, so it worked pretty good, but I put so much time into fine-tuning that thing, and it always drove me crazy the times it didn't work. I was like, I just want it to work solid. Like, it'd be so cool. And then Frigate just came out with their 17 beta, which has state models, which like are amazing. So you just like, I don't know if you've heard of these, but you have essentially like, you can say, okay, this is my car in the garage. This is present. And this is the picture of my car out of the garage. And then there's one other state I had to do, because when I switch between infrared and like color on those cameras, it does the auto switching at night. It goes like black. So it kept thinking that like, oh God, what state is this? So I made a third state just called dark. And I say, if it goes dark, don't do anything.
Yeah.
So anyways, now it's like perfect. So you leave the house and that state model updates, and it waits like 5 seconds, and it's like, okay, yep, he's left the house, and it's very solid, and it closes the door right away. So yeah, I'm really impressed with those state models, and definitely like a cool thing that you can implement more automations on.
Have you considered like adding like a cool down, like in case you're hanging out in the garage, maybe you're like cleaning the car in the garage and you don't want the door to go up and down all the time, or have you got like considerations for that?
Yep. Yeah, good question. So I do have a toggle. It's like keep garage door open, like an override. So if I'm cleaning or whatever, I don't want it to shut. That's there. And then there's also if there's like a person in the garage, because maybe my wife's getting in her, maybe we're both leaving at the same time. It shouldn't close the door there. That part I would take suggestions on, because there's like these edge cases where I'm like, like it really probably shouldn't auto shut there, and it's really hard to figure out a way to like, how do I put this into an automation? And maybe the case is like, maybe you just can't, like, oh, I just pulled out of the garage. Crap, I forgot something. I need to go in the house. Oh, the garage door's shutting.
Like, yeah, but what you do, right? Because you can't win, like then you just add a few delay, like add a bit of delay, but then you don't always need the delay, right? Or maybe, I don't know if you've got a camera down the driveway, maybe you could do like, has the car left the driveway?
Oh, that's actually pretty smart. I don't have one, but now I'm thinking I need to add one.
But now Kaden's literally on Amazon buying another.
I guess like you just got to try and confirm it as much as, give it more data, right? So give it another camera. Is our car in the driveway still? Yes. Okay, don't close the door yet. Because I think what I really like is when things turn off or close as fast as possible when they should, right? Like I know you mentioned before that your light sensor there Takes a while for the lights to turn off. One of my favorite things about the millimeter wave sensors is when I'm out of the room, those lights, they dim down, they go down to 1% first, and they turn off, right? And it's like, yes, like with the infrared sensors, they just use a timeout, right? So it's 5 minutes later, then the lights come out. And for me, like, yeah, I'd really like, get out of the garage door. I've got a Relink doorbell, so I use that when I'm going to work. When I'm taking my bike out of the garage, once it sees me outside, it then closes the garage door, and that's like instant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But once again, right, then the problem is, I forgot my helmet, or I need to go back in the garage, right? There's always the edge case. I need to pull out the phone and open up the garage door. But yeah, if you're in a car, then maybe you could, just use the car as a car still in the driveway. Don't close it just yet.
Yeah. No, that's a really good idea. I do have a doorbell that could probably see the driveway, but then, like, I'm worried about that because what if it's not my car? Like, now, like, I have other cars that might trigger some edge cases.
Yeah, you can do
depends.
license plate detection or
Yeah.
again,
that's
especially
true.
if you're running it through LLM, you can just be like, is it, I don't know, like a blue Mazda, whatever, right? Like, do that kind of, I think it said Civic or whatever, right? Like, do that and or read the license plate. Is it,
You would also have to, like, in this particular use case, right? Like, you're not checking for a car is present or not. You're only checking if it's present in this situation, right? Like, so if a car drives up and the garage door's closed, you're not going to open the garage door just for any car. I'm just thinking this edge case. But if you wanted to, I know Ubiquiti cameras have, like, with their built in, they've got AI recognition that'll pull out the license plate for you. And of course, I'm sure Frigate does the same thing now.
They do.
But you've got to have a quality camera, right, that can pick up the
license plate on a moving car, and we I park front end, so you never even see my license plate. We don't have to have front license plates.
Oh, I was gonna ask, do you guys have front plates?
No.
Yeah.
So there goes that. But for opening the door, I actually never have a problem with that because I do just use the zone on the Home Assistant companion app for my wife and I. It works flawlessly. The second I enter that line, it's hilarious. Like, I'm driving home and I make sure it's like only if my iPhone's detected me in the driving state and I cross this border, open my garage door, and every time it's like the same blade of grass I cross then and it opens the door. I'm like, wow, how often does this thing pull? But it works good.
Are you iPhone or Android?
iPhone, yeah.
I have a feeling they're doing some pretty cool stuff on the iOS side because my wife has an iPhone, and when she's away from the home, like the updates are pretty infrequent. But I was watching the other day when she was almost home because she's trying to get my son to sleep in the car, and I'm watching and I'm like, she's just as she gets close to the house, like I can see the updates getting more frequent, like to the point where she's almost home, and I'm like watching like literally like an Uber Eats delivery driver that frequently. I'm like, oh, like Home Assistant's like sending a lot of updates here, so it must, or maybe it doesn't, but for me it was like it must like get close to the home zone and then go, okay, I'm near the home zone, start polling more frequently or start pushing updates more often, because it's amazing.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think it's almost like declarative, right? So it's like if they cross that line and you've like, now you're like set up, like you're tracking rapidly. But when she's like off between work or the gym or wherever, it's like, okay, she was last seen at home and now she's like in the void, and it's like, oh, she's at work.
Yeah, exactly.